one of the major obstacles when it comes to migrating to the UK is finding a job in the UK. Today, we have a good news for you. We have one of the directors of a leading recruitment agency in the UK who has some fantastic good news for you about how you and your family can relocate to the UK with a job offer. Without wasting your time, could you kindly introduce yourself to my audience?
Hello, good evening, everyone. So I'm Tom. I work at iPeople Solutions. I'm the director. And as Francis has said, rightly, we have a fantastic opportunity that has come available. A lot of local authorities are starting to look at the opportunity for people to come across as qualified social workers. And we've got one exciting opportunity to tell you about this evening.
Thank you very much, Tom. So, can you kindly tell my audience what the exciting opportunity is, please?
Yes. So, basically, one of the authorities in the southeast of England, they have around 40 vacancies for overseas social workers. So we are in requirement of a number of people. They're paying some very, very good money, as well as offering flexible opportunities in terms of flexi working, and also a 9-day fortnight in terms of the work patterns. So they're doing a lot of different things. They offer one-to-one support for the new people coming in as well, and to try and settle people in, plus a massive relocation package as well, which I'm sure we'll get to, but a very, very good opportunity in terms of the financial aspect as well.
Good. So I'm excited to hear that this offer comes with a relocation package. So can you kindly just tell me what that relocation package entails, please?
Yes. So the relocation package is broadly a financial sort of thing that they're offering the clients. So they're offering up to £8,500 as a relocation package, which is a really, really good deal and good offer to bring people across, help towards obviously things like your accommodation. Obviously, as you said, Francis, it's very difficult. I can just imagine moving from overseas to a new country. You haven't got the funds. These guys are going to help you with that. So to give you the opportunity to find some accommodation, to get yourself off on your feet, you and your family, and to just start off in a sort of nicer environment with a bit of money behind you as well that they're supporting you with.
Okay. So do we know when this money will be paid and if it's going to be taxed?
Yeah, so I have to be honest with you. I don't know exactly in terms of the taxation situation. I can look obviously into that as well. But I expect that it would be paid very early on throughout the and through the initial months of your agreement with them. So normally it's paid over a 12-month period. So I would expect that that would be how it would be laid out. Again, I will check with the client to double check and let your viewers know about that as well. But as far as I'm concerned, it will be probably over a 12-month period.
Good. I mean, talking about relocation package, when I first got my first job in social work back in the days, because I was moving from Kent to Buckinghamshire, I got a large sum of money for relocation, and that helped me a lot. So I know the benefits. I know the massive difference that relocation package can make. So I'm very, very pleased to hear that this local authority is also offering their employers relocation package. That's good to know. So Tom, we've talked about relocation package. So can you just explain the positions that this local authority is advertising? Is it for newly qualified social worker or for experienced social workers as well?
So it's I think they will look at different levels of people, if that makes sense. So sometimes what they're looking at here is ideally they're looking for someone who's maybe got 3 years or so experience in their native country in whatever social care realm that is, of course dealing with children's social care. So they're looking ideally for probably that many years of experience. However, obviously with the number of vacancies that are available, if there are people out there who have slightly less than that, I would encourage them still to put themselves forward. We can obviously help support them in terms of how to sell themselves as well with the CV, and to make sure that the experience is noted on there. What they'll be looking to do is help people basically in a way going through a supported year. It won't necessarily be called an ASYE, or assisted supported year of education that we call it, but they will be supporting you very, very intensely through that period for the first 12 months as well. But they are paying good salaries for that, in my opinion. I think it's a really decent deal that they're offering. So they're offering up to sort of 40,000 per annum as well, which is a really, really good starter package for someone coming up from overseas as well. So I think it's a win-win for a lot of people.
That is very, very impressive. So we're talking about up to £40,000 annual salary, and on top of that, up to £8,500.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean the 40,000 as well. That for some people as well, they may be able to put on a market premiere, which is like a bonus as well. So there is opportunity to offer that as well. So we are talking about quite a lot of money. Of course, it's all up to, and it involves an experience as well. And for people that I liaise with on this, I'll be wanting them to know that really, obviously, we're never going to want them to be financially short, but it's also about taking the right step at the right time, like I said before, getting yourself in, getting the best opportunity and offer that we can get within the realms of this money. And then obviously as you grow, you've got opportunities for growth and progression, and you can start to build your career here in the United Kingdom.
Okay, so we've talked about the salary and the relocation package. So let's talk about, how do people apply for this position? What are the processes that they have to follow before they get this job?
Yeah. So basically, the first thing that we need people to recognize here is that we are asking for people, and there are a lot of people out there who have gone through the Social Work England registration process. Okay. If you are very near to the end of that process, we would still encourage you to get in touch so that we can obviously discuss that, how far away we are, obviously speak to the client about that as well. But what they're looking for is people who have gone through that process, the social care qualified, social work England, qualification. So they also are looking for people who have done their IELTS exams, so the English language exams as well. So anyone who's in that position, who's sitting there and waiting, ready to go, this is the perfect opportunity for you to take and obviously excel your career forward from there. They are, in terms of what else you would need, like I say, you need at least 3 years experience, ideally in your own native country as well, of working in this remit.
So what we're talking about, just to make sure I fully understood what you're saying. So you need a minimum of 3 years experience as a social worker, and you will need to have passed your English language proficiency test and start the process of registering with Social Work England.
Yeah, so in terms of the Social Work England, we're ideally looking for people who have completed that, so they are on Social Work England. If they're not, like I say, we would still encourage people to reach out and get in touch, because obviously it depends on where you are with that process. We may be able to even help, start the ball rolling and things like that as well. So we don't want to discourage people who are in the process, but ideally what this client will want is people who are fully through with the process, if that makes sense. So they're on Social Work England. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are on Social Work England from overseas who are sitting there waiting for an opportunity.
So assuming there is someone out there who has passed language proficiency test,
Yeah.
they have got 3 years experience, they are almost at the point of completing their registration with Social Work England, even though they haven't completed the process, they can still apply.
They can still apply. They can still apply. They can still reach out to us, because we know that these things, they take time. Of course they do. But we would like to get people in the mix as well who are very close and nearing. When you talk about the number of vacancies these people have, this authority in particular has, you know, they are in need of people. They're not going to fill these vacancies overnight. It's going to take time. So people who are nearing the end of that process, the time will come for them as well. And if they have the right CV, the right experience, we can maybe put them on hold with the authority so that once it drops, they can take that opportunity and get the chance to interview and go through that process.
Yeah, and just to add that the registration process itself, it can't take, I mean, from the time someone gets a job offer from this employer to the process of applying for visa, coming to the UK, that in itself can't take anything between 4 weeks to 12 weeks. So if they have already started the registration with Social Work England, at least that 3 months that they have to prepare for their travel document, that's enough time for them to finish their registration with Social Work England.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, if they've started that process and they're going through those stages, then obviously we know that these things can take time, of course. But basically, the client that we're dealing with here, you know, if we're in that process and if they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, then obviously they're going to be willing to review these people's CVs, go through the interview process. Obviously, if you're selected at interview and you're going through the process of Social Work England, then perfect. You know, that timing will work for you as well. So over the next few months, when you're getting your visa, getting your travel docs, all of that side of things, then obviously you can make that transition. On the touching on the subject of the visa, of course, they do of course offer the sponsorship for people coming across as well. So you are sponsored to come across by the authority.
Okay, so basically, once the individual gets the job offer, from my experience of speaking to people who have come through this route, the employer will give them a letter which they will take to the embassy in their home country, and that is the letter that they need in order to apply for the visa sponsorship, which allows them to come to the UK to start up this job, yeah?
Correct, yeah, correct.
Okay, so in terms of the process that they have to go through, am I right in saying that you have agreed that if anyone is out there who wishes to apply for the job, I will leave my email at the bottom here so that they can contact me, send me their CV. And I just want to use this opportunity to say that only those with social work qualification, please, not social care, social work qualification, 3 years experience, you have started the process or you are about to complete the registration process with Social Work England, those are the kind of people that will send your CV to me. I will go through the CV, review it, then I will ever tell you that if I think that there are things that are missing in your CV, I will tell you that if the CV meets the standard, then I will then send them to you, Tom. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's what we've agreed to do. I think it's a great way of obviously processing through the CVs. Just someone like yourself who can spot these things as well. You know, if you can review those, send them through to myself, then obviously from there they will get a one-to-one service from myself to go through what the next stages are and to get their CV obviously formatted, set up, and across to the client. And we will obviously been talking, like you say, Francis, about maybe some interview preparation and assistance from yourself, someone who's been there and done it and knows exactly what to say in these situations as well, to obviously set something up so that you are in touch with these individuals through that process as well.
Good. Well, if you're watching this interview from anywhere in the world, I have been a social worker for more than 10 years. Before doing that, I've worked in youth work. I've got close to 2 decade experience of working in health and social care. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to be paid to come and start a job in the UK. If you know anyone who has a social work degree, who has passed their English language proficiency test, and they are in the process of completing their registration with Social Work England, make sure you share this video with them. This video could be the beginning of their journey to the UK. You could be changing someone's life by doing that. Tom, is there anything you think that people need to be aware of, which we haven't talked about?
No, I think you've expressed everything there, Francis. It's exactly that. It's a fantastic opportunity. These things, they are coming around more nowadays, but there's still not many of them. It's about taking the opportunity when it comes. If you've been thinking about coming across to the UK, you've been thinking about setting up a new life over here, this is the opportunity. They're paying well. They've got the relocation package. The sponsorship is there. All we need is the right people. And I'm sure there's loads of people out there listening to this, or loads of people who've got friends who can pass this video across to them. And like you say, change their life forever.
Good. Well, we always say at Launch Club that we are always looking out for opportunity for people to improve their life chances. If you have seen value in what you've heard and watching this video, I would encourage you to consider subscribing to Launch Club. Follow us on our social media platform, YouTube, Facebook, and other platforms. We want to help as many people to fulfill their dreams and help them improve their life chances. And I think that you will agree with me that information is power. So you want to make sure that you are following a platform that will give you access to credible information that you can use to improve your life. Tom, it's always a pleasure having you and speaking to you. Is there any message you want to pass to prospective people that are interested in this great opportunity that you come to share with us today?
No, I think basically if you're interested and if you're unsure, of course, whether you're ticking the right criteria, obviously Francis has very, very kindly said that he will review those CVs. So share this with as many people as you can. If you've got the social work qualification and the experience and you're going through that process and you're near the end or you've finished it, then please, please, please do send through your CV to Francis. Obviously, we just want to review as many CVs as we can, change as many people's lives as we can, and get people into the UK. And from there, obviously, we can build up a working relationship. Eventually, over a few years' time, you may turn to a locum social worker, the way Francis has done, where other people have done. And obviously, you'll be working via iPeople Solutions. Anyone who's got any friends, colleagues, anyone in the UK as well who's looking for work, as always, you know what to do. Share the number, share it through Francis, FRAIPS, and obviously everyone's a winner.
Good. Tom, thank you so much for coming to speak to us at Launch Club. It's always a pleasure having you. If you have any good news that you think people should be aware of, you can always reach out to me. We want to make sure that Launch Club is the first media that you speak to if you have any opportunities. Our people want the opportunities. You want the service. Everyone is a winner, as you said. Thank you so much, Tom.